So here we are in the Istora Senayan, and as you can see from the great, wonderful pictures of all the competitors around, it is time for the prize presentation in the Sanda draw, the Talo competition, the other side of the 13th World Wushu Championships. Well, those prizes were given out on a daily basis as the Talo competition went through. Talo ended yesterday, so really we were talking about Tony Sims, of course, still with me in the commentary box. Tony, we were talking about how these fighters have been waiting for these fights today, but really they've also been waiting for this today, haven't they?
Absolutely. This is when they actually get to stand on the podium. If they've imagined what it's like to win a medal,
yeah,
they actually will experience that now.
Well, as I said, as we go through it, and we will be going through all of them, it was a good showing for the likes of Sweden, for the likes of the Czech Republic, and the Belarus for coming through into the final stages. They had some pretty hectic fights over the last 3 days. We watched them all, and we got to give on that note of these emerging nations. We'll look at the established nations in a second. The likes of Krista Dyer from Bermuda, and Armenia in there as well. A lot of 41 nations turned up, and I'm not going to go through all of them now, but Romania, we had Great Britain, Mexico, Spain, all coming in and showing the best that they could. And we saw from the quality of Sanda today that they've still got a little way to go, but it's the heart that counts.
Well, and that heart was shown. We have the fighters from Cote d'Ivoire, if you recall. Tough fights for them, but here fielding a team for their first time at the World Championships. And it's hard with a sport that's as competitive as Sanda, as challenging physically, to then come to the world stage and to expect to mount a championship performance your first time out.
So from some of these countries that we've seen, and I know it's a big ask to push it, but how quickly do you reckon we could see them pushing for some medals for some of them?
Well, it takes a bit of time, but most importantly, it takes the development. Many of the countries that we've seen that have been successful have an infrastructure to actually support the training for those fighters, and that's what those countries need. Everyone can find willing fighters, but as with any sport, the expertise around the coaching to get them to competitive levels is what's required.
So this the 13th World Wushu Championships. Every 2 years, of course, maybe we'll see some of those fighters turn up in the 14th, 15th, and 16th editions. You never know. Of course, there are other championships as well. It's not just the World Championships. There are the European Championships, there's the Sanda World Cup. And I think we're just about ready. The officials are seated, and I can see medals on trays. And of course, with this, it's pretty obvious what's going to happen there for second, third.
That's right, our first set of Sanda women.
And this should be in the 48-kilogram category. President of the International Wushu Federation. And two of our VIPs.
Sharing the bronze medal there, Indonesia and Korea.
And as we said, there's no playoff for the bronze, so both Junita Malau, well, she had a great week. And I'm sure she's going to be proud to be up there as well. And Bokyong Byong, well, we saw some great fights from her.
We sure did.
Looks so different with the headdress off, don't they? And this was Luan Tihuang. Great fight today. But what about the tenacity of this woman? Divine Wally from the Philippines.
Divine from the Philippines. Truly lived up to that name, Divine. What a wonderful
performance.
Wonderful Sanda fighter.
I can tell you now that, of course, after being beyond Bokyong in the semi-finals, it was also Ainabat in the quarterfinals. Tough fights for her, but she came through, and a gold medal for the Philippines. feeling indeed to be on the podium at the 13th World Wushu Championships as they get their medals.
Well, this is that dream realized.
Yeah, exactly. And for someone like Divine Wally especially, look, there you go, the fingers up, #1, deserve it. And just from that opening, I said Korea, you'd expect, and Vietnam, you'd expect possibly up there, but the Philippines and Indonesia breaking in. Congratulations to Divine Wally. So moving on now, we go to the women's 52 kilogram, just as we confirm the results there. Gold for Divine Wally, silver for Luan Thi Huang, and a shared bronze for Junita Malau and Byeon Bok-yong from Korea. As I said, up next should be the women's 52 kilogram class, another highly contested class throughout the week. Featured the likes of Perizat Muratova, Alice Alelua de Luz from Brazil, Özlem Çiçek, another great fighter, made it through the quarterfinals. Hai-Ben Kim made it through the semifinals, and that means she's going to be one of the shared bronze. We're just waiting now for our athletes to gather at the stage. Now, once again, if you've just joined us on World Wushu TV, just waiting for the next class and category in the women's division to receive their medals. And as you can see from your screen, with just this wonderful gathering of all the teams and all the countries and all the fans in this, where the Talo mats used to be, it is...
What a great international representation of our sport.
Yeah, it is exactly that. And it's also a little difficult to find the athletes. They just fought. They're all on the moon. I think that the right people are being pulled together. And a couple of technical difficulties in setting things up, but we should be underway again in just a few seconds. But you're right, Tony. Just to see all these national flags and, you know, national. I love the flags, obviously. Who doesn't? But I also like the jackets and the sports jerseys from all the different countries.
This is a time in the competition when people start trading pins, trading gifts with each other. It's a really special time in the competition where there's a time where these athletes who have an opportunity to see each other each year at the World Championships, but more importantly, new friends that people make. And they have an opportunity to say hello to new friends.
Well, I've had the privilege and the honor in my career as a sports journalist to see a lot of sports, and you know there are a few sports around where you really can feel that community element. Squash is one of them as well, but here you can really feel it. You can feel the whole feeling of, you know, this is full combat that they had on the Lei Tai. But you're right, there's selfies with the coaches right in front of us right now, which you can't see, and there's all sorts of pictures, and even people. Well, I don't think they're taking a picture of us. I think they're taking a picture of the Chinese team that's right in front of us. And with that, I'm sure we're going to be getting
like our technical difficulties
might just be done, yeah. Which means we should be getting on with the 52 kilogram plus. That was won by Luan Zhang. So our ladies in the 52 kilogram class heading on to the podium.
We're working for the Sanda women's 52 kilograms category will be presented by Mr. Antonio, the Executive Vice President of the International Wushu Federation, accompanied by General Irina Mania, the Chairman of the 13th World Wushu Championships 2015.
Our VIPs, Mr. Anthony Go, Executive Vice President of the IWF.
At the third place, Talo from Brazil and David Kim from Korea.
As our shared bronze, and there she is, Alice Hallelujah de Luz from Brazil. And Haibin Kim from Korea. And there is the big news, Sanatoy Devi Yunam, who was almost so close to a gold, but it was in the end won by this solid performer, Luan Zhang, who came out and who refused to be moved, and that was the first of China's gold medals.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of China.
great to see Luan Zhang just leaning on Sanatoy there. They were really at full battle just a few hours ago, and now that confirms the standings for the gold, silver and shared bronze in the 52 kilogram category. Up next, as we move through really what was all these wonderful fights in session 9, the afternoon session of day 5 here at the 13th World Wushu Championships. So women's 56 kilogram category. And that will be Ling Liu. And that wonderful finish for Ellen Oberg.
The winners of Sanda women's 56 kilogram category are pleased to enter the stage. Being worthy for the Sanda women's 56 kilogram category will be presented by Madam Liu Beijian, the Secretary General of the International Wushu Federation, accompanied by Mr. Pedro Greenenu, the Executive Board Member of the International
And
Wushu
Madam Liu
Federation.
Beijian, the Secretary General of the IWF, is the next of our VIPs onto the podium. And well, this is going to be a proud moment for Ellen Oberg. And also, of course, Regan Beatty from the US. There's Maristela Nascimento, who is going to share the bronze with Regan Beatty.
At the second place, Ellen Oberg from Sweden.
And here is the silver medalist from Sweden, Ellen Oberg, who's just up here, sitting next to us in the commentary box after a win. And this was the lady that brought in China's second gold medal, Ling Liu.
What a great array of countries there. Brazil, China, USA, Sweden.
Yeah, that was a really great podium. She's done China proud.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of China.
The national anthems get played. Congratulations to Ling Liu.
Thank you for Madam Liu Beiqian, the Secretary General of the International Wushu Federation, and Mr. Pedro Vinelu, the Executive Board Member of the International Wushu Federation.
Brazil, America, Sweden, and China. Proudly wearing their medals. And so we will be moving on now to, well, this is going to be a very proud moment indeed, Tony. It is going to be Indonesia on the silver medal podium. Of course, they're going to up that a little bit later on in the ceremony, thanks to the heroics of Yusuf Widianto.
For the Sanda women's 60kg category will be presented by Mr. Bedrus Mamati, the Iran Parliament member, accompanied by Dr. Mandi Alimeja.
Mr. Bedrus Mamati, the Parliament member from Iran, the very special guests.
At the third place, Sintu Cheniman from Hong Kong and Trang Tri Nguyen from Vietnam.
Shared bronze in the 60kg category, Sing Tun Sherry from Hong Kong, and Trang Thi Nguyen from Vietnam.
At the second place, Moria Manalu from Indonesia.
And here it is, Indonesia's first medal at the 13th World Wushu Championships. Moria Manalu. And also Iran's first gold, Sedije Daraya Vakade. Tunisia, the host nation, and Iran, the nations that have made it to the podium, women's 60 kilogram plus. That was Iran's first medal, and I can tell you now that that led to a trilogy of medals over the next 2 classes as well. I'm going to get to the next one of those right now. 65 kilograms.
The winners of Sanda women's 65 kilogram category are pleased to enter the stage. The awardee for the Sanda women's 65 kilogram category will be presented by Dr. Mahdi Ali, the Executive Board member of the International Wushu Federation, accompanied by
Dr. Mahdi Ali, the Executive Board member of the IWF.
the Indonesian Wushu Association. At the third place, David Sambuli from France and Wala Mosa from Egypt.
And another 2 nations join the winners' roll. France and Egypt. Delphine Stambouli.
At the second place, Henry Bachiada from Philippines.
There's Hergy Bakiran.
And the winner for Sanda women's 65 kilogram category is Shabana Mansourian.
And the woman we've been tracking all week, Shabana Mansourian Semiromi, takes away Iran's 2nd gold medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Iran. Thank you for Dr. Mahdi Ali, the Executive Board member of the International Wushu Federation, and Mr. Martino, Vice President of the Indonesian Wushu Association, for presenting the award.
Egypt, France, the Philippines with a 2nd medal, and Iran with a 2nd gold in the 65 kilogram category. So now moving on to the 70 kilogram in the women's draw. Like Daria Shena, Ilaria Cipolla from Italy. And we are going to see on the podium Christiana Mihaela Stanciu, Veronika Kotova. They will be with the shared bronze. Of course, another gold for Iran.
The winners of Sanda women's 70 kilogram category are pleased to enter the stage. The awarding for the Sanda women's 70 kilogram category will be presented by Mr. the former executive board member of the International Wushu Federation.
Mr. Abdurrahman Akyüz, executive board member of the IWF.
The executive board member of the International Wushu Federation. At the third place, Christiana Mihaela Stanciu from Romania and Ilaria Cipolla from Italy. At the second place, Veronika Kotova from Czech Republic. And
There she is. Big moment for the Czech Republic.
Absolutely.
And that is the third in the trilogy. There were only 4 Iranian women that came to the World Wushu Championships, and 3 of them walked away with gold. Mariam Hashemi Faroud.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Iran. Thank you for Mr. Abdurrahman Akyüz, the former executive board member of the International Wushu Federation, and Mr. Talo, the executive
Well, there's
board
actually
member of the
one person missing from that
for presenting the award.
lineup, and I think it is Ilaria Cipolla from Italy. That is, yes, that's Christiana Mihaela Stanciu.
Leave the stage.
And you just see Ilaria must be somewhere, but she will of course be past her medal.
If you want to, I said.
Women's 75 kilogram category are pleased to enter the stage.
So moving on, the 75 I'm right, it should be the 75 kilogram. Yes, it is. And there they are. This is the final category for the women's.
The women's 75 kilogram category will be presented by Mr. Liu Ruichi, the chairman of the board of Hangman Xian Group Corporation, accompanied by Ms. Daria Tarasova, the executive board member of the International Wushu Federation.
Chairman of Hengyuan Xian Group.
At the third place, Cheryl Mansur from Egypt.
As Tony pointed out during the competition, there were only 3 entrants in this level.
At the second place,
They fought it out with single round robins to find out exactly who was going to be in each of these positions. Sharuk Mansour from Egypt, Pooja Kadian, another great performance from India for that silver medal, and Yuan Li. And Yuan Li, of course, picking up China's 3rd gold medal. And this really set off a bit of a trend throughout the afternoon.
ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of China.
Congratulations to the women's from
Thank you for Mr.
in the 75 kilogram class.
On the board of Hangman Xian Group Corporation, and Ms. Daria Tarasova, the executive board member of the International Wushu Federation, for presenting the award.
The 2nd medal for India, the 2nd silver medal, of course, after Sanatoy Devi Yunam's silver in the 52 kilogram class. Not quite done yet, because in the men's, I can tell you, also in 52, Richard Sharma, who put up such an incredible fight, he's going to be receiving his silver medal. For that, before we get there, as we do, it's actually quite significant that I didn't mention him just then, because, as I said, that was the last of the ladies, and just like to take this opportunity to congratulate all the entrants in the women's draw here at Sanda at the 13th World Wushu Championships. And it has been a fantastic experience watching. And I'm not just saying it for myself and Tony and everybody here at the Historians and Iron, but also all the worldwide viewers on World Wushu TV. So we get started with the men. The 48 kilogram class. And this was the impeccable performance. Some of the male fighters in the Chinese team really impressed. Not just myself, but Tony as well. There's just a uniform color of red there. Yu Zai Singh, the president of the International Wushu Federation.
At the third place, Ahmed Nomal from Egypt.
Egypt with their second medal. Armenia with their first, a bronze. Sargis Sargsyan.
And the second place, from Indonesia.
And a second medal for Indonesia, Yusuf Falnenu.
And the winner for Sanda men's 48 kilograms category is Ji Huiju.
And there he is, Ji Huiju. Well, that's what you were doing, Maiden. It did you very well. Strong, tenacious, ferocious, and worthy of a gold medal. And that is China's fourth gold medal. At this point, it was 4 fighters entered, 4 goals delivered.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of China.
You can still see that cut over his eye as well. Van Bao To from Vietnam. And how about that? The host nation, Yusof Widianto, has won them a gold medal in the 56 kilogram class. Now that means that all the fans gathered here at the Istora Senayan are going to hear the Indonesian national anthem played, and will also watch the Indonesian flag being raised. And this is going to be a significant moment for them. They have already won medals, but not the gold.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Indonesia.
Do they need me for anything before I go back? I have to try and find out about my transportation.
Proud moment indeed for all Indonesians.
Vice Governor of Jakarta, and Mr. Supandi Kusuma, the Executive Board Member of the International Wushu Federation and the President of the Indonesian Wushu Association, for presenting the awards.
nations that have won the 56 kilogram class: Indonesia, Vietnam, Kyrgyzstan, and Egypt. So if you have just joined us here on World Wushu TV, it is the prize presentation ceremony for the Sanda draw, both men's and women's, unlike the Talo events, which were awarded daily. We've had to fight through draws over the last 3 days. And so all these fighters that have come and joined us from 41 countries around the world over the last 4 days, well, of course, the winning countries and nations and their whole teams now gathered here, as you can see. And we are moving through the class categories. And up next, another thrilling category to watch from up here, I can tell you, and that is the 60 kilogram class.
Mr. the executive board member of the International Wushu Federation, and Mr. Hank Verschuur, the executive board member of the International Wushu Federation.
Shared bronze going to Francisco Solis, impressive fighter from the Philippines, and it's another medal for India. Surya Singh. No gold medal this time around for Ali Magomedov, but he's got a silver to add to that gold that he picked up at the 12th World Wushu Championships in 2013 in Kuala Lumpur. And this was the man that beat him in a really historic fight. Hong Zing Kong, we were tracking his progress, and rightly so, because he had everything he needed. It was almost impossible to move off the lay tie. And he, of course, has delivered China's 5th gold medal here at the World Championships.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of China.
also still to come. The 90 plus kilogram, 90 kilogram, 85, 80, 75, and 70. But up next, the next rung up on the ladder is the 65 kilogram. It was about 12 of this afternoon session 9. As we look at the countries that triumphed, the 60 kilogram class: China, Russia, the Philippines, and India. As Tony was saying during the fights, amazing to see such a proliferation of countries throughout the week, but also here on finals day and on the podium as well. And as he liked to call it, the pipeline of Sanda and Wushu has been amazing experience talking to someone as experienced as Tony Sims. He's a doctor of Wushu and is really involved at every level of the sport, including being a platform judge and a Wushu teacher. And here is the 65 kilogram class. Some of the big names that lit up the draw: Eric Pereira Mendez, Antonio Caponigro from Italy, Khalil Maturi from Tunisia, Johnny Tuma from Sweden, Johan Sliapsu from Belarus. Some of the fallen names in the round of 32. Savas Becker, of course, from Turkey, Jafar Tobroglu. But these are the guys that won. Kazbek Mamayev from Russia takes the bronze. That is shared with yet another medal for Iran, Jafar S. Tobroglu. Very impressed with this young man. Seungmo Park from Korea. He really took it to the eventual champion, who we did identify, Tony and myself, from up here as being gifted indeed. Ji-Fu Shu from China, and that, yes, is China's sixth gold medal at the 13th World Wushu Championships. Solid performer. Our winners in the 65 kilogram class from China, Korea, Russia, and Iran. Up next, we jump another 5 kilograms into the 70 kilogram class. And we shall use this time as the fighters approach the podium to just remember a few of the names that lit up the draw. Fadin Javanmark, the Swiss fighter that made it all the way through to the quarterfinals. Cao Enrique Pitoli, of course, the Brazilian, with a couple of knockouts on the way, was unfortunately had to withdraw at the semi-final stage. Perhaps he would have made the final and perhaps he would have won it. He was that strong. Saad Mujeka, Michael Lee from the US, one of the students that has really received some tutelage from none other than Tony Sims. Ali Al-Casey, Fernando Jacobo Perez from Mexico.
The awarding for the Sanda men's 70 kilogram category will be presented by Mr. Talo, the executive board member of the International Wushu Federation, accompanied by Mr. Pedro Pinheiro.
Mr. Paulo Araujo, the executive board member of the IWF, is the VIP. And is up on stage. After all those names, Esteban Jimenez, Correa, Salahaddin Bayramov, there can be only 4. And there is Ali Al-Casey. I was literally just talking to him upstairs. He wanted to take a picture of himself and get his friends too, and he had to charge his phone, believe it or not. It's the total truth. There is Cao Enrique Pitoli. Sadly had to pull out. Would have been great to see him, and they are the 2 fighters that have shared bronze. And these are the 2 fighters that contested the final. Ali I from Turkey.
And the winner for
And it's another gold medal for Iran, this time from the hands and feet of Mohsen Mohamed Saifi.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Iran.
So wonderful to see athletes around the world in every discipline make motions like that. A kiss to the medal, a point to the higher powers above. And that was essentially where all that motivation and training that has been pushed through for months now has suddenly come down to one moment in time. Mohsen, Mohamed Saifi, Ali Al-Kaisi, and Kyle Enrique Pitoli. Great performance from all of them. That was the 70 kilogram class. It's great to see them all there. Next up, we jump another 5 kilograms. Still to come the 80, 85, 90, and 90 plus. I can tell you the 90 plus was going to be a very happy man indeed. Mutaz Abdel Salam finally picks up his medal.
The winners of Sanda and 75 kilograms category are pleased to enter the stage.
So, 75 kilograms. Some of the names that lit up the Leitai: Gary Chandra from the US, Artem Alkassian from Armenia, Elias El-Reyes from Lebanon, Yahya Alemdag from Turkey, Bevan Michael Chia from Australia, one of the emerging Sanda nations, Mohamed Toure, another one from the Côte d'Ivoire. These were the 4 men left at the end.
And the president of Indonesian Wushu Association, accompanied by Mr. Pershu,
Tino, the vice president of the Indonesian Wushu Association. A man who would have been extremely happy with Yusuf Widianto's goal, of course, but also silver for Morian Manalu and Yusuf Niunap. The bronze medal to Artem Alkassian, there he is. Sharing that with Ayman Mohammed from Egypt. Well, great fighter here, Ali Abdul Kalikov. We're looking forward to him in Russia next year, and of course in the next World Championships as well. A couple of knockouts to his name, but this was the man, Kun Zhang. The man who delivered a 7th gold medal out of 7 for China. winners of the 75 kilogram class. Kunjang Ali Abdul Khalikov from Russia, Ayman Mohammed from Egypt, and Artur Malkasian from Armenia. Moving up, just a few categories to go now. 80, 85, 90, and 90 kilograms. As we look at a very, very solid performer indeed. Sure, we'll be seeing him, a lot more of him in the future. 7 out of 7 for China. They would enter 8 athletes.